everyone, welcome to my monthly favorites for the month of November. So the first thing that I want to talk about is a favorite YouTube channel that I've been watching a lot recently, and it is Chef Julie Yoon. I have no idea how I came across her channel, but I'm so glad I did. And she recently, or I think it's actually she and her husband, but they recently reached 1,000 subscribers, and I just thought that's amazing, and I was so happy for them because they were so stoked. Their videos are so easy to follow. They're so well done, just well edited, very well spoken. They do everything very well. You know, it's obviously a team. It's her and her husband, and you know, the sound quality, the video, even the stills that they like. If you pause the videos and you take stills from the video, everything seems like it. You know, they put a lot of time into it. So the reason why I like their videos so much is that, you know, a lot of the recipes are very healthy, easy to follow. It doesn't use that many ingredients, and it's always a beautiful presentation. So definitely check out their channel. Okay, so my favorite album of the month is gonna have to be Ariel Pink's Pom Pom, because I actually bought this album twice. I bought one for myself and then I listened to it and I loved it. So I bought one for my Secret Santa as well. So hopefully she'll like it. He's been around for a very long time. He's kind of like, and his music has changed a lot too, but this album right here, I love because it's just so entertaining. It's very melodic, kind of dark and grim in some ways, but you know, it has a great sense of humor. And I love that he expresses his sense of humor in a lot of these songs. Like Black Ballerina is a very fun song. And there's a song called Lipstick that I can totally imagine like listening to it in an elevator or singing karaoke to it. It's just like a really like melodic, kind of like cool song. And actually, the only reason why I bought this album is because of this YouTuber who recommended it. I'm subscribed to him because Estee from Essie Button recommended him, and it's The Needle Drop. He does album reviews, and he talked about Ariel Pink's Pom Pom. So normally, I mean, he gives very honest reviews, very honest, in-depth reviews, and he gave this album a 9, and that's really high because he gave Death from Above like a 6. And I still went out and got that album. He's pretty accurate, so I bought this album and immediately I just fell in love with it from start to finish. Check it out, let me know if you like it. It's kind of psychedelic, kind of weird, kind of strange, but very melodic. Okay, so a couple of nights ago I couldn't sleep. I didn't know why, so I stayed up and I watched like 5 music documentaries. I love watching documentaries, but music documentaries mostly because it's just so cool and it's very inspiring, and I can't play a fucking instrument. I took like 5 years of piano, like 2 years of violin, and I have like so many instruments, but I can't play a single note. I can't play a song or anything like that. That's why I appreciate music so much. I'm like such a nerd about it too, because I can't play it, so I appreciate every single aspect of it. And that's why I love watching these documentaries. So I stayed up and I watched, the first one was Searching for Sugar Man, which is something that my sister recommended to me like 2 or 3 years ago. Right when it first came out, she saw it and she's like, oh my god, this is amazing. So I watched it. Yeah, this was like a long ass time ago, and it was like a feel-good movie, and I recommended it to like a bunch of my friends, and every single one of them liked it. So basically, Searching for Sugar Man is about this man, Rodriguez, who writes 2 amazing albums and then he just disappears. Rumor has it like he's just like, you know, a rock star, so he like shot himself on stage, or he just disappeared, like he just committed suicide. So he's actually huge in South Africa, like bigger than Rolling Stones, and no one has ever heard of him. He's such a mystery. So what happened was that one of his fans from South Africa decided to go and hunt him down, or like try to find him. So in one of the songs he talks about Detroit. So this kid goes to Detroit, or this guy, he's older, goes to Detroit, finds him. It just gets better from there. So he's like, why don't you come back to South Africa and play some shows? It's just a very inspiring movie. It just makes me want to do something creative with my life. The next documentary that I saw immediately afterwards was Under Great White Northern Lights, about the White Stripes. And you know, I love the White Stripes. I've been following them forever, and I have so many of their records, and they're just one of my favorite bands, and I will always love them. And I think the reason why I'm so attached to them is because their music is just so do-it-yourself. Like, it's just a 2-piece. Nothing's overly produced. You can hear like mistakes in their songs, so that's why I like them so much. So yeah, I bought this when it first came out, like years and years ago, and then I watched it and it totally changed my image of Jack White, because I always kind of like glorified him. I always thought he was like an amazing person, but he's kind of a douchebag, like the way he treats Meg, and it's kind of sad, but you know, he's still a genius. So if you can get a hold of this documentary, definitely look into it, because it just makes them more human. I'm telling you, that night I watched like 5 music documentaries. I just couldn't sleep and I just wanted to watch all of them. I saw the one I think it's called Beats, Rhymes, and Life, Tribe Called Quest. And then I saw this one on Morrissey, and then I think it was like The Smiths right after that. No, The Cure. It was like the worst documentary on The Cure. But the one that I really want to highlight that I saw immediately after Under a Great White Northern Lights, because you know, the White Stripes are a two-piece, I watched Life After Death from Above, 1979. It's so strange because I always thought of them as two super like masculine dudes, because Death from Above 1979 is just, you know, bass and drums, and they have such a loud sound that, you know, you kind of assume that they're like huge ass, like super masculine guys, but they're actually just like, you know, two dudes who are, you know, friends. And what happened was that they toured relentlessly until they stopped being friends, and then it just kind of like fell down the shithole, and then they didn't make an album for like 10 years, and then finally they got back together in like 2011 and then made an album. I actually saw them recently. My friend Taylor writes for a magazine, and she asked me to come with her, and they are amazing. It's just two people who make an amazing sound. It's so loud, and it just kind of stops you in your tracks, you know. So I'm so happy they got back together. I just felt like they didn't have, or they had some unfinished business. Whereas the White Stripes, if they were to get back together, I don't think that they could be any better than they are. They're just like so amazing in my book. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna leave the link right down below so you guys can watch the trailer, but I highly recommend watching it. I liked it a lot. Okay, so moving on from that, I want to talk about a bra that I just got recently. I've been on the hunt for an amazing bra for a long time. And then my boss from 11th Moon, because I keep asking her, oh, where do you buy your bras? Where do you buy this? Where do you buy that? And she said, oh, you know what? We're getting this brand called Base Range in for spring and summer, so you should definitely just wait until then. And I cannot wait. And then that brand, Base Range, sounded very familiar to me. Then I realized is because Shop Anomie, Chelsea Wears clothing site, sells it. I wouldn't even call it a clothing store because it's like a general store. There's a bunch of random things, a lot of little gifts and stuff like that, and also intimates and clothing and stuff like that. But I love her store. I'm gonna link it right down below if you guys are interested. This right here, this is a Base Range bra. It's almost like a sports bra, but it cuts lower in the front, which is nice. I like this a lot because it's a lot more feminine and it just cuts better. It's like a good shape. And I love this so much because it kind of crosses in the back so the straps don't really fall down, and it's not too much. I don't like padded bras, so it's perfect for me. The next thing I got is a denim blazer off of this online store. I think it's called Abaday, but it's, I'll link it right down below, but it basically just looks like this. It's like an oversized drop shoulder blazer, but it's in denim, so it's totally doable, and I love wearing it with all black underneath. And it's got ginormous pockets, which I love because I hate carrying around a purse. It's a lot more formal than a denim jacket, but it's not overkill like a blazer, so it's perfect for me. A lipstick that I've been loving recently is this right here, which is MAC's Sheen Supreme in the color Venomous Violet. And it's basically just a black or really dark berry lipstick. And I wear it more like a chapstick. I actually found out about this through a beauty post, and it's about Jean Domas, and I just love her, and I love her style. I love her makeup and everything like that. And she talks about how she wears this all the time, so I went out and purchased it right away. And yeah, she uses it like lip balm, so she pats it on or like rubs it in and stuff. And I think it's a little bit too dark to actually just apply like a heavy coat of. So what I do is I kind of blot it on and then get it really in there, just kind of like work it in. And I like mixing it with different colors too, because it just makes like a bright red into a darker like blue undertone. So it balances all the other colors that I have, all the brighter colors, makes it a bit more fall appropriate. So I love this. So if you didn't already know this, I cut my own hair. And the cool thing is that, you know, it doesn't take that much time. I just kind of go in, it's trial and error, so if I messed up, I kind of try to fade it out. So I ordered a bunch of stuff from NewFrog, like a bunch of hair stuff. So these clippy things, they're amazing because they kind of clamp your hair down and they kind of flex a little bit, so they keep everything in place, which I actually use when I go to sleep because I don't like my bangs being in my face when I sleep. I also use that to wash my face. For cutting your hair and sectioning it, that's like perfect because you kind of have to like put your hair back, or clamp your hair back and then cut into it. So these clippy things are amazing. And I actually got shears from them to thin out my hair and to cut them and to like trim my bangs and stuff like that, and they work so well. And there's like a whole set of like combs for super cheap. Yeah, if you're gonna cut your hair, if you want to do it yourself, I highly recommend checking out NewFrog because they have a ton of stuff and it's all affordable, so it's good. So those are all my favorites for the month of November. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!